Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm gonna be giving you part 25 of What If Naruto was trained to be a mercenary. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also on my second channel I posted Uchiha Naruto the Sage, so go ahead and check that out. And I also posted Naruto the God of Shinobi, so check that out as well. And on this channel, I just posted What If Tsunade was Naruto's mother. So yeah, go check that out and enjoy. And if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join the Anime King family. And remember to go over to my second channel and click the subscribe button as well. And thank you all for your support and help. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Start the intro. You can change. You satisfy the rage in me. Take away my pain. You satisfy the rage in me. So the last time we left off, we had the whole hot spring ordeal, and then envoys came to visit Naruto. It was Shikamaru and Neji and Kakashi. As Naruto apologized to Kakashi for all that he said when he came back to the village, Kakashi forgave him as both of them are on good terms right now. So, Naruto told the team that he wanted to keep Itachi for a bit longer and they should go and tell Tsunade that he's going to be sending back the two Uchihas to Konoha as he's using Itachi to capture Sasuke. After Naruto talked to them, they decided to let him do what he wanted to do, as Shikamaru gave Naruto his best and they went off. So that was basically the last part we left off, but you guys can switch across the playlist and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. Kitsune and his team were standing near to the entrance of the village, ready to depart to their target. Itachi was once again tied up and blindfolded in the chakra ropes, just to make it convincing to Sasuke that his brother was really captured. Sorry Itachi, but I need to tie you up to convince Sasuke that you have been captured, Kitsune said. That's alright Naruto, I have been through worse, Itachi replied. Couldn't you at least got rid of the Akatsuki cloak? Asked Mistress. No, I need to convince Sasuke that Itachi is still in the Akatsuki and wearing the cloak is quite efficient. Alright, so we're going after Sasuke? Temptress asks. Not quite, but first, Kitsune summoned a shadow clone. Itachi, you're going to take a nap now. The older Uchiha was confused at his comment before he felt a sharp pain at his right arm, as Kitsune injected him with one of the sleep serums. Sorry Itachi. Carry him, Kitsune ordered the shadow clone. Right, the shadow clone said, as he put Itachi on his shoulder. Kitsune then turned to his three Kunoichis. Alright team, as you all know from Pervisei's message, Sasuke has entered the Fire Country border, and he will be arriving at our location in a couple of hours. But instead of going after him, we're going to let him find us. Why are we taking such a risk? Huntress asks. And guys, Sakura is Huntress, Ino is Temptress, and Hinata is Mistress, if you guys get a little confused. You all know that Sasuke is not traveling alone. He has assembled his own team after killing Orochimaru. If that is the case, wouldn't it be better if we try to ambush them? Asked Temptress. That is not a bad idea, but it is best for them to find us, because I haven't told you guys about Sasuke's team, as Pervy Sage Network had gathered information about them. It's important that you guys know about your future opponents, since it is obvious that Sasuke will go after me and leave his team to take care of you guys. Yes, we will have the advantage since we know about them, Mistress said. Yeah, and also, they don't know a thing about you guys, and they only know about me because of the rumors. You have a plan, right? Huntress asks. I do, but I will tell you about Sasuke's team while we're on our way. Let's go, The team then vanished. Little did they know they were being watched as Zetsu emerged from the ground as the team vanished. "So, Itachi has betrayed us," the white Zetsu said. "We must report this to the leader immediately," as they sink back down into the ground. New location, somewhere in the Fire Country border. Sasuke and his team were traveling through the trees in quick speed as they were looking for one man, Kitsune Flash, the man that managed to take down Itachi. As Sasuke was royally pissed. He trained so hard. He killed Orochimaru. It has been 5 damn years, but Kitsune managed to take down Itachi. That was his life goal. He wanted to kill Itachi and restore the Uchiha clan. But now, Kitsune has spoiled all of his plans. Suigetsu grinned as he looked at his sword. "I can't wait to take on Kitsune Flash. We do have the advantage in numbers." "Don't underestimate him, Suigetsu. Kitsune Flash is someone not to take lightly," Jugo said, as Karin nodded, as the rumors that they heard about him were quite vicious, as they heard that he showed his victims no mercy when it came to battle. Suigetsu snorted at her comment. "I believe that most of those rumors are fake, especially the one about eating souls." "Shut up, I didn't ask for your opinion," Karin said as she adjusted her glasses. "Either way, Kitsune Flash has earned a big reputation in the world. He's feared amongst all the countries as one of the strongest ninjas." "This won't be an easy fight," Jugo said. Karin stood quiet as on the inside she was scared to think that they were currently hunting down the one and only Kitsune Flash, as she didn't want Sasuke to die, as the rumors are quite dreadful about him and his strength was blown out. She then came out of her thinking. "Karin, did you pick up anything yet?" Sasuke asked. "No, nothing yet. We must still be far from his location." Sasuke nodded as he wasn't scared or anything. He was quite excited to face the masked mercenary. "So, Sasuke, do you think that Kitsune Flash killed Itachi?" Suigetsu asked. Sasuke turned and glared at him with pure anger as Sasuke then speed up his pace. Karin growled, "Damn it, Suigetsu. Look what you did." "You made Sasuke upset," said Jugo. "Next time just keep your damn mouth shut," said Karin. Time skip. Near the border of the Fire Country, Team Kitsune Flash was traveling at a quick pace without taking breaks, as Naruto remembered the road as they were heading to the Valley of the End. "Is there something wrong?" Temptress asked. "We have been traveling for hours and you still haven't told us anything about Sasuke's team." "Oh, sorry about that. I completely forgot. I was thinking about something," said Kitsune. "And what is that?" asked Huntress. "It's not really important," he said. "Alright, the 3 teammates of Sasuke, they were all experiment from Orochimaru's. They used to be guinea pigs. The first member is a girl. Her name is Karin. She's actually the weakest out of the team, but she has a special ability." "What is that?" Huntress asked. "Her chakra sensing ability. She can detect and locate any chakra sources from within 10 miles, Kitsune said. The 3 masked kunoichis gasped in shock. "You gotta be kidding, right? That's impossible," said a shocked Temptress. "I am afraid that I'm not. She's really advanced with her skills of sensing chakra, but when it comes up to a fight, she's not that much. So that is the reason why Sasuke picked her for his team, and she also has a healing medical ability." "She know medical ninjutsu too?" asked Huntress. "Well, I'm afraid hers is quite different. She allows someone to bite her, and they feed off of her chakra, getting back their strength and their energy." "What?" said a shocked mistress. "Bite her body? That's nasty," said Temptress. "Totally gross," said Huntress. "I know that is not decent, but the healing is very effective." "Well, That is what we know about her ability. The next one, his name is Shigetsu. He used to live in the mist with his older brother, and he was trained to become one of the 7 ninja swordsmen. His special ability is water, as he can turn his entire body into water. So, his whole body is made of water? Asks Huntress. Not quite. His body is real in general, but he can turn himself into water. But that is not all. His training in swordsmanship has given him the advantage in a sword fight. He stole Zabuza's sword, the Executioner Blade, and he is now carrying it with him. I see, he must be really dangerous if he can use Zabuza's sword without a problem. I remember how big that sword was, and heavy. This Shigetsu must really be strong, said Huntress as she remembered her time when her team faced off against Zabuza a long while back. But about this one, we know his weakness is lightning, so the best way to fight is to use lightning ninjutsu. Kitsune replied, well, that's a downfall, because Huntress or Mistress, none of us can use lightning, said Temptress. That is alright, even without using lightning, we can still beat Shigetsu with a good strategy. What about the last one? Mistress asks. The last one is probably the toughest member next to Sasuke. His name is Jugo, and this guy is very dangerous. He has a split personality. One of them is kind-hearted and he communicates with animals, while the other one is a cold-hearted insane murderer. And he's also the original carrier of the curse mark seal. The masked Noichis gasped at the revelation. You mean? Huntress stated. Kitsune nodded. Jugo is the original person who possessed the curse seal. Orochimaru tried his best and experimented on Jugo. That is how he passed on the curse seal towards Sasuke. And when Sasuke killed Orochimaru, Jugo decided to follow Sasuke and no matter what, so he will try to protect him. There is some strange bond between the both of them. We are finally here, the Kitsune clone said, as all of them look ahead. As they saw the rocky path, their eyes went wide when they saw the waterfall. And the first Hokage Oshirama and Madara Uchiha, the founder of the Uchiha clan, the two people that was known to build the Leaf Village. As they were at the Valley of the End. Look like this place hasn't changed at all, Kitsune said as he gazed, as memories started to hit him, as he remembered when him and Sasuke fought, and Sasuke pushed his hand through his chest with the Chidori almost killing him. As rage started to build inside of him, but the 3 Kunoichis were there, so he took a deep breath. This place is, said Mistress, the Valley of the End. Huntress finished off. So this is the Valley of the End. I thought it was much bigger, Temptress said. I heard back into the academy, this place is a checkpoint of leaving the Fire Country territory. It's also the first place where the first Hokage and Uchiha Madara fought many years ago, the Kitsune clone said. Itachi told us the same thing, Mistress said, as the real Kitsune nodded. It is also the same place where Sasuke and I fought 5 years ago, Kitsune said, as the 3 masked Kunoichis stared at him. But his eyes were fixed on the 2 giant statues. This was the place. Huntress lowered her tone. It's kind of ironic when you think of it. The first Hokage and Madara fought here, and Kitsune and Sasuke fought here as well. Both you and the first Hokage fought at Uchiha right here. I guess it is ironic, I never thought about it, Kitsune replied. Kitsune, what are we going to do now? Asked Mistress. It's time for we to set our plan. It will take a couple of hours for Sasuke and his team to get here. So we are going to ambush them before they get here, so they have no choice but to split up. At the same time, I am going to prepare the bait to lure Sasuke here. My clone will lead you to the location to fight Sasuke's team, and if the ambush works, you will be fighting a member on your own. Right, we understand the plan, Mistress said, while the other two kunoichis nodded. One more thing, if it comes down to it, do not hesitate, kill them, and do not take any unnecessary risks. They are tougher than they look, Kitsune said. Well, except for the chakra sensing girl, one of us will get lucky to fight her because she is the weakest, Temptress said with a grin. It won't be that easy, Temptress. Remember, Karen is not a fighter. If she does get separated from the team, the obvious thing she will do is hide at a secret location. So, it will be a game of hide and seek with her, asked Huntress. It will be one tough game of hide and seek, because she will completely wipe out her chakra signature and you won't be able to sense her. But make sure to be careful, you three, Kitsune said as he looked at his group. Aw, Kitsune, you do care for us after all, Temptress said, with a sugar-coated tone, causing the other two to giggle. Of course, I care about you guys. You guys aren't just my team, you're my friends, and all three of you are really important to me. As all of them blushed after he said that, as they were all happy to hear that. Kitsune then looked at his shadow clone. Go with them, I will take care of Itachi. Right, the sleeping serum is wearing off, the clone said as he saw Itachi snoring, ready to get up. I will handle it, go now. The clone nodded, as the clone then turned to the three masked kunoichis. Alright, you three come with me, the clone said, as all of them nodded and went off with the clone. As they all left, Itachi opened his eyes. But Naruto struck him with another needle. Sorry Itachi, but I need you to take a long rest for my plan to work, as Itachi falls back asleep. Currently with Sasuke and his team, he then turned to Sasuke. The birds tell me that Kitsune Flash is being accompanied by 3 other people, and there's another Kitsune Flash, clearly a shadow clone, carrying a cloak figure. He's wearing a black cloak and red clouds on it. As Sasuke clenched his fists. It's Itachi, no doubt. But is he unconscious or is he dead? He wondered. Accompanied by 3 people wearing masks as well? What gives, said Shigetsu. Doesn't Kitsune Flash always travels alone? He must have formed his own group, Jugo replied. So there are 4 of them, and there are 4 of us. The numbers are even, said Shigetsu as he took a sip of water. Jugo, where are they right now? Sasuke said. Jugo looked up for the birds. They are a distance away from here, to the south, Jugo said, but not far. The chakra is getting stronger, we're getting closer. As Sasuke mentally smiled, knowing that Itachi is alive if Karen can sense his chakra, so he will get his revenge and kill Itachi. They jumped down as they reached a clearing in the forest, as Sasuke knew up ahead was the Valley of the End. As memories start to flash back, as you remember when that damn Naruto took him down and brought him back to the village, but luckily he escaped, and he has finally got the power he deserved, and now he will end Itachi and Kitsune Flash with that power. As distance away from the group, there was a spinning spear. What's that? Shigetsu asked, as his eyes focused on the spinning spear. Sasuke was surprised at the small spear. He had seen it before. It was the Rasengan that Jiraiya teach Naruto. These 2 attacks, the Chidori and Rasengan, which their clash at the Valley of the End. No, could it really be? As he wondered, a thought came into his mind. No, it can't be. Karen on the other hand was shocked, sensing the powerful chakra emerging from the spinning spear. The chakra in that ball is overwhelming. If it continues, then Sasuke, we have to leave now. It's going to explode. Sasuke gasped along with Shigetsu and Jugo as boom, there was a huge explosion. An explosion covered the entire area, leaving it to rubble, while in the distance, a Kitsune clone was watching the entire scene. The plan worked and he couldn't help but grin at the possibilities. I really love the Rasengan bomb, since it's been a while since I used it. But it wasn't that destructive since I only put 10% of my chakra into the Rasengan bomb. Shigetsu got up somewhere in the forest as he was so relieved to see that he was still alive. His cloak was destroyed because of the explosion, but what mattered to him was that his favorite sword was still in contact. He gazed around the forest, realizing that he was alone, as he knew that with Sasuke he must have already went towards Kitsune Flash's location as he wanted to take on Kitsune himself. He then got rid of the dirt that was on his clothes as he sighed in relief. That explosion really surprised them as he then reached for his water containers, but he gasped, damn it, he realized that he doesn't have them. They must have gotten lost when we dodged that explosion. Damn it, he cursed, if I don't drink water, then I won't be able to stop my body from turning into water. I just hope that there is a river nearby. As he wasn't known that he was being watched yet, not too far away from him, a snake was watching him from a couple of bushes. The snake returned to its owner, which was Temptress, and she was grinning at the sight in amusement. Lucky me, I found the boy with the sword. Well, I should call him Water Boy instead, she said to herself. Shigetsu adjusted himself as he got up. Time to search for those masked guys, he said. Meanwhile, Temptress was watching him. She then looked to her right after hearing something, but nothing was there as she looked back. As Shigetsu was gone, she then felt the presence behind her, and she then quickly jumped back as Shigetsu swung his sword, cutting through all of the bushes as she jumped out. Whoa, 1 second later, and I would be headless, she thought. Well, said Shigetsu, I am lucky to find one of you. How about you tell me where the rest of your comrades are? And Kitsune Flash, and I will think about sparing your life. Temptress just grinned. Sorry, but it is not in my nature to sell out my teammates or my leader. Shigetsu sighed, come on, I really don't feel like cutting someone to pieces. How about a little cooperation here? However, his eyes then took focus on her uniform, as he realized that it was very provocative and showing all of her womanly curves. His eyes then lowered on her fishnet shirt and the small tank top as he looked at her chest. He couldn't stop thinking about how hot she was, as she blushed a little as he tried to forget about how hot she was and focus on the mission. Temptress were also grinning in her mind as she knew already that he was entranced by her dashing body, something that Anko taught her, that the enemies can be attracted to your body, mainly male, and you can use that at your advantage, worse if they are perverts. As she then put her hand on her stomach and started to go up. You like what you see, sweetie? She said, as she was doing a flirting game, as Shigetsu blushed hard. Aren't you supposed to be fighting me? Shigetsu asked, but you're giving me a preview of your body? Why not? Don't you like what you see? I am betting that you're dying to see me naked, Temptress asked with a smirk. Shigetsu shook his head as he composed himself and grabbed his blade and ready for the attack. But Temptress just blew him a kiss as he blushed. With that, she ran through hand signs. Shigetsu rushed at her with his large sword in hand. Too slow, he shouted as she went through hand signs. I got you, Temptress said with a grin. What the hell? Shigetsu thought as his sword was trapped by a couple of snakes preventing him from using it. There was another Temptress next to him. That was the one who summoned the snakes. A clone? Said a shocked Shigetsu. You let your guard down. Thanks to me flirting with you, you little pervert, she said. Shigetsu smirked as he turned his body into the water and grabbed the hilt of his sword again and swung it around, destroying all of the snakes as Temptress and her clone jumped back. Shigetsu charged at her as he then felt a snake wrapping around his feet. He used his sword to cut right through the snake as he turned his attention to her, and a snake jumped right through her coat and bite down on his arm. He quickly pulled it off and threw it away as he looked at the snake before bringing down his sword, cutting the snake in half. He then threw his sword at her as Temptress managed to dodge, as he then rushed to her with incredible speed. She was dodging all of his blows, his attacks, as he then got the one up as he punched her in the ribs, sending her flying forward as she dropped to the ground and coughed up some blood because his fist was enhanced by his water. As she then looked at him as getting off the ground, he felt bad as he didn't want to hurt her because she was so hot. Tell you what, I won't kill you if you take off that mask and let me see your face. You're really that interested, aren't you? Yes, I am. So, how about it? You can suck it, she said. I won't show you my face. Okay then. I wasn't planning on killing anyone, but die as he rushed towards her. He enhanced his fist and came down to her face. She dodged as she slammed her feet into his stomach, pushing him back a little. Was that all? He said, as he had pumped water down to his stomach to make the blow on the kick lessen. As she then jumped back. Come at me, she said. He rushed over and grabbed his sword as he rushed at her. A snake came out of the ground and wrapped around her as he slammed down his sword, and the snake's skin wasn't normal as it was very tough. So, are you going to hide in there forever? No, I'm not, she said, as she then came out and pulled out 3 kunais. He started to rush towards her again when he suddenly dropped his sword. Oh, I was wondering when it was going to take effect. What is going on? Shigetsu asked as his body felt numb. Oh, you remember that snake that bit you earlier? Well, it was poison. Something that is very fast active. But because your body is water, I guess it worked different on you. I thought it wouldn't work, but it did. As Shigetsu's body then started to melt as he turned into a puddle of water, as he was unable to move because of the poison. What is going on? He said, as he couldn't reform himself. Well, I guess that you defeated me. So you're a puddle now. How exactly am I going to capture you and bring you back? I don't know, said Shigetsu. Oh, I know, said Temptress, as she pulled out a water container. You wouldn't, he said, as she gave him a devilish grin. Well, let's find out. Elsewhere, Huntress was currently facing off against Karin. As Karin rushed at her, Karin was shaking as she reached Huntress and punched her. Is she kidding? I didn't even feel anything. Is she really that weak? Karin gulped as Huntress created a fist of her own. You call that a punch? I'll show you a punch. Huntress punched her, sending her miles away, as she hoped she didn't overdo it and kill her already. In another location, Mistress was running as Jugo was chasing after her, as he was moving at an incredible speed as she was running as fast as she could. Kill! Kill! I must kill everyone, said Jugo. As Jugo catch up with her, as he grabbed her, he flipped her around and grabbed her by the neck as he squeezed her neck, but she vanished as she was replaced with a log as the real mistress came behind him. 8 trigrams, 64 palms. After she hit him with her barrage and he fell down to the ground, she gasped as he got up back, but he was now changing as his entire body was turning black as he was transforming. Jugo was still laughing as he was glaring at her, as he then rushed at her with incredible speed as she jumped out of the way, as he destroyed about 5 trees in his path by just running through them like a maniac. As he caught up to her and delivered a massive punch right at her side, sending her flying back as she slammed into a tree. She then slowly got up as he rushed at her. He was coming in blindly with speed as she dodged his punch as she went in for another 64 palms, but he quickly spun around his hand and knocked her away, as she then coughed up some blood as she got back to her feet. Die! Jugo said as he rushed at her again. Ear palm, she said as she slammed his stomach with an ear palm, sending him flying back as she rushed towards him as he got up. She then went into her stance. 8 tetragram, 128 palm, as she started to deliver massive blows to him over and over, and with the final attack she kicked him away as Jugo was sent slamming down into the ground. Finally, it's over. She then heard a laughter as Jugo rose up from the ground with a sick, demented, twisted look on his face same way. Jugo rushed at her again as she said rotation and hit him, sending him flying back. She then started to channel her chakra into her hands as her chakra took the shape of a lion. She then rushed at Jugo as he got back up as she pushed her chakra so much as her hands were completely hard as steel. As she rushed in at him and started to deliver massive blows over and over and over again. As she saw that she was knocking him senseless, and with the last one, she jumped up and used both of her hands and slammed it into the side of his head. Then she slammed her hand into his chest, sending him flying down to the ground. As his body started to return back to normal, as she huffed and dropped to her knees. Finally, she said, at the Valley of the End, as he was face to face with Kitsune Flash. Kitsune Flash, he said, as his Sharingan was flaring with anger. Kitsune smirked. Sasuke Uchiha, we have finally met. But guys, I'm going to be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. And yeah, remember to share to all of your friends on your social media platform. But for now, I'm out. Peace.